Hi guys, today we're going to talk about brokers and commissions. Why do we care about brokers and why does it matter which one we select? So I'm just going to give you guys a little way to think about investing in stocks. Think of it as it's your own business. It's the business of you. And the important thing about running a business is you got to keep the costs low. And our biggest cost as a stock investor, and possibly our only cost, is the cost of buying and selling stocks. In other words, the commission that the banks or the brokers charge you to be able to participate into the stock market game. So I'm going to give you a few company names or a few broker names for you to go out there and take a look so that you can see what's the best fit for you. Please don't underestimate the importance of a broker. For example, if you're going to be shorting stocks, there's a lot of brokers out there that I would recommend that you do not deal with because most of the time they will charge you a certain amount of money to hold these shares overnight until the time that it is time for you to short them, or they might not have any shares available for you to actually short. But despite the fact of shorting, there's a lot of other important things that you need to consider when selecting a broker. So I'm just going to pull up here on my screen Interactive Brokers, and I would recommend that this is probably one of the best ones for all of you international traders out there. It doesn't matter if you're from Europe, Canada, or the US. This is probably a very sensitive option that you might consider exploring. So if you go to www.interactivebrokers.com and you click on fees, you're going to be able to see that they have different pricing options for you as a trader or as an investor. So I'm just going to click on the fixed fee structures that we can take a look at it. Now I'm in North America and Canada, so I'm going to look at that. So here we could see that they charge you half a penny per share that you buy, up to a maximum of 0.5% of the trade that you buy. Okay, so you need to think about that when you're buying something. So if you're buying a stock or a company that its price is very low, let's say $5 a share, you're gonna, and you need to buy, and you're putting $10,000 in there. You're buying 50,000 shares or whatever. You're going to be paying a hefty penny just to execute the commission. So that's something to think about. So you always want to look for brokers and their fees, and if possible, you want to be with a broker that has a flat fee. And what that flat or fixed fee means is that you can buy unlimited amount of shares at a fixed price. And the same thing would go whenever you sell, that you would have the fixed price when you sell X amount of shares. So I would say that a baseline for us is $10 to either buy or sell X amount of shares. If your broker is saying that for every trade that you need to execute, they're going to charge you $30 a share or $20 a share, the answer to this problem is go with a different broker. A lot of the big banks out there will not offer discount brokerage, is what we call it, or discount commissions, because they know they can charge top dollar for their clients. This industry has underwent a significant change in the last 10 years because of the internet and the online trading arena. So there's a lot of companies that are competitive now, such as Interactive Brokers or SureTrader or Quest Trade or companies like that. So if your big bank cannot give you the commission under $10 or near $10 a trade, I would argue that you need to look elsewhere. Also be aware that with some discount brokers, they charge ECN fees. So an ECN fee means an electronic connection network fee. And that means that because they're not a big bank, they're actually paying the market's access so that they can buy and sell shares. And they're basically forwarding that charge back to you. So it's an electronic fee. So you want to make sure that those ECN fees are also very low. So sometimes they'll say it's only $10 fixed per trade, but then they charge you that ECN fee of half a penny per share. So if you're buying 10,000 shares, it's no longer $10 to buy or sell because you have to add the ECN fee on top of the commission that the broker is charging you. So please bear that in mind when you're selecting your broker. Another thing to keep in mind is that sometimes there's a tiered approach to the pricing, and what that means is they're not going to charge you the exact same commission for each type of stock. So if your stock is above $2, they might charge you X amount. If the stock is above $5, it might be a different commission pricing. So you need to be aware of that as well. So you got to think about, am I going to be buying companies that are typically over $5? Or am I going to be buying penny stocks that are typically under $2? If yes, your broker choice is very important, because you could be paying $30, $40, $50, even $100 per commission per trade, and that's like on your buy side and on your sell side. So sometimes it could run you into several $100s just to execute that one trade for that one company. So please be aware that there's a lot of different things out there, but it comes down to, is the commission fixed or flat feed? Is it a structured fee approach? And if so, does it include the ECN fees on top of the commission or not? So once you've figured that all out, you'll be able to select the right broker. Another last word of caution in selecting the correct broker is, if you're going with one of the bigger banks such as TD Canada Trust or CIBC, for example, in Canada, they sometimes say that it's flat $9.95 or $9.99 per trade. But then there's a disclosure, or there's a disclaimer with that offer. And typically that means that you need to have done X amount of trades per month to qualify for that reduced commission rate, or you need to have a minimum amount of assets. So they usually qualify that as total income household assets. So you and your wife, you and your other people living in that same house as yours, or the same address. And usually that number is quite high. It could range from $25,000 to $50,000, even sometimes over $100,000 to qualify for the low commission rate. So if you have any other questions regarding brokers and the best ones that you should explore or research, please comment below and leave me some feedback as to specific questions, and I will do my best to answer for them. So please, again, if you haven't joined our channel, do that. If you have any sort of videos that you want me to make with regards to a specific topic on how to begin investing in stocks, also please let me know that, and I will be very happy to make the video just for you. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you guys soon.